Good morning, students. Students, today let us start a new lesson. Lesson number 11, Human Body and Organ System. So, let's begin. Now, children, in the last classes, we have studied some characters of living organisms. All the vital processes which are essential properties of living beings are collectively called as life processes. Can you see here? Now what happens? Different organs in our body are working in a group so as to smoothly carry out various life processes. These life processes takes place in various steps. Specific organ carry out the specific steps. Group of organs working together to perform a specific function is called as organ system. Various organ systems like digestive, respiratory, circulatory, nervous, excretory, reproductive, skeleton, muscular, etc. are functioning in our body. Isn't it? Now children, energy is essential to operate all the life processes in human body. Energy production occurs within the cells. Cells need the supply of soluble nutrients and oxygen for this purpose. This supply takes place with the help of respiratory and circulatory system. Now respiration is carried out by internal respiration, that is breathing, and external respiration, that is cellular respiration. Let's see the external respiration. First is inspiration or inhalation. Air is taken in through nose and sent towards the lung through trachea, which is known as windpipe. Inhalation of air as a part of the cycle of breathing is a vital process for all human life. The process is autonomic and does not need conscious control or effort. Breathing allows oxygen, which humans and a lot of other species need for survival, to enter the lungs from where it can be absorbed into the blood stream. Got it? What is inhalation? Now the next is expiration or exhalation. Now oxygen from the inspired air goes into the blood. Blood carries the carbon dioxide from various parts of body towards lung. This air is given out by exhalation. Exhalation or expiration is the flow of the breath out of an organism. It is the movement of air from the lungs out of the airways to the external environment. During breathing, exhaled air is rich in carbon dioxide, a waste product of cellular respiration. Now, exhalation has a complementary relationship to inhalation, which together make up the respiratory cycle of a breath. Both of these processes occurring with the help of lungs are collectively called as external respiration. Understood? The next is internal respiration. Exchange of gases between cells and tissue fluid is called as internal respiration. Oxygen moves from the blood into tissue fluid and carbon dioxide moves from the tissue fluid into the blood. Got it? Now the next is cellular respiration. It is a set of metabolic reaction and processes that takes place in the cells of organism to convert chemical energy from oxygen molecules or nutrients into adenosine triphosphate, that is ATP. Now dissolved nutrients like glucose are slowly burnt, that is oxidized, with the help of oxygen, and energy is released in the form of ATP. Waste materials like carbon dioxide and water vapors are produced during this process. Are you getting me, children? Good. Cellular respiration can be summarized as follows. Glucose plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide, water and energy. Now children, let us study respiratory systems and the organs which are present in respiratory system. To understand the process of breathing in human beings, okay, now in human, the main organs responsible for respiration are present in the thoracic cavity. In the thoracic region, the rib cage and the dome-shaped fibrous tissue known as diaphragm are observed. Present within the rib cage are the pleural membrane, which encloses the lungs. The right lung is divided into 3 lobes: right superior, right inferior and right middle. The left lung is smaller and has only 2 lobes, the left superior and the left inferior lobe. Both the lungs are associated externally with small tubular bronchi, which unites and extends into trachea. The trachea has incomplete C-shaped rings of cartilage which prevents the tracheal wall from collapsing. The trachea leads into pharynx, which is connected to the nostrils. As we breathe in air, the oxygen molecules enter the nostrils and travels downwards through pharynx and trachea to finally reach the bronchi. From each bronchus, oxygen travels into the lungs. Within the lungs are the bronchus, which divides repeatedly to form bronchioles. Oxygen travels through these bronchioles and reaches the alveoli, each of which is surrounded by a network of capillaries. A section of one ovulus shows the presence of numerous alveolar chamber with pores present in it. Now, the blood containing RBCs is seen flowing through the capillaries. The oxygen molecules from the alveolus diffuse into the capillaries and then get absorbed by the bluish-purple RBCs. This causes oxygenation of RBCs and a transition in their color from bluish-purple to red is observed. The blood moving into the alveolus contains RBCs, and carbon dioxide molecules. These molecules are released into the alveolus. The carbon dioxide collects in the alveolar chamber, and then from the alveolus it travels from the bronchioles into the bronchus, which finally travels and finally reaches the trachea. And then what happens, children? And then it is breathed out through the nostrils. So, the process of breathing in air rich in oxygen, it is called as inhalation. After the contraction of muscular diaphragm, the lungs expand and the air rushes in, resulting in the inflation of alveoli. During exhalation, the diaphragm moves up and the lungs contract. Thus, the alveoli deflate, causing the air to force out. This exhaled air is rich in carbon dioxide, and this process of inhalation and exhalation is known as respiration, which is approximately 20 times per minute. Let's take a look at the summary and watch the video again. In human, the main organ responsible for respiration are present in thoracic cavity. In thoracic cavity, the rib cage and the diaphragm are observed. Now present within the rib cage are the pleural membrane which encloses the lungs. The right lung is divided into 3 lobes: the right superior, right middle and right inferior lobe. The left lung is smaller and it has only 2 lobes, the left superior and the left inferior lobe. And then both the lungs are associated externally with small tubular bronchi which unite and extend into trachea. As we breathe in air, the oxygen molecules enter the nostrils and travel downwards through the pharynx and trachea to finally reach the bronchi. From each bronchus, oxygen travels into the lungs. Within the lungs, the bronchus divides repeatedly to form bronchioles. Oxygen travels through these bronchioles and reaches the alveoli, each of which is surrounded by a network of capillaries. The oxygen molecules then gets absorbed by the bluish-purple RBCs, as you can see here. This causes oxygenation of RBCs and there is a transition in their color from bluish-purple to red is observed. The blood moving into the alveolus contains RBCs and carbon dioxide molecules. These molecules are released into the alveolus. Understood, children? Isn't it interesting? So today we have learned a very interesting topic, respiratory system and the organs involved in respiratory system. So we shall see in the next video a new topic. Till then, thank you children. Bye bye.